So I've got Joe at Get Your Tips Out who provide daily football tips. And today's video is about over 1.5 goals in a game predictions. So you provide this on a daily basis of doing what games you feel are going to be 1.5 goals and over. So what influences you choosing what football matches to go for on this bet?
So with this bet, this is obviously 2 goals or more to be scored in a game. You usually get shorter odds on this type of bet. So it's the sort of bet that I want to put into sort of a big accumulator. You're looking at sort of 8 or 9-fold with this sort of bet. For me, I usually try and look at the away team first for this. If I feel confident the away team can score at least 1 goal, then this is a bet that I will often put in.
Yeah, does anything influence you with regards to what league they're in? So obviously if they're in the Premier League or the Championship or League One or League Two, does that influence in any way, shape or form?
Not massively. I mean, the main thing you're looking at here really is like the recent form. So what happened in their last game? Are they leaking goals? I mean, from experience, I don't know why, but the Championship's normally where I look at for goals. So
Yeah.
I find combining a few of these at over 1.5 can sometimes be quite a good angle in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes I like doing it where there's wet conditions as well. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I just feel like there's more goals seems to be scored when it's wet conditions. And kind of how we normally do is I normally sit down and I normally put what I think the correct scores will be. And anything where I think there's probably going to be 3 goals in the game, then I'm pretty certain. So if it's like a 2-1 or a 3-0, I'm pretty certain there's going to be over 1.5 goals then. And I kind of select all of those games, and sometimes I'm putting 12, 13 folds in as like a football accumulator bet.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting you say about the wet conditions. I think that is definitely one of the factors you sort of look at when you want to back goals. Another thing is sort of recent injuries. If there's any sort of key players missing from defence, straight away, then you sort of want to look towards goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one. Another one that I'd like to choose is like just before, you can probably do it on the 3 o'clock games, but just before when the team news have come out, I mean, it's difficult because if you're back in the morning or choosing the tips for like over 1.5 goals the night before, it's hard to know this. But
Yeah,
sometimes in certain games where people have got like a back five and they're trying to defend for their lives against, let's say, a decent team who's at the top of the league or something.
mm.
But you kind of sometimes want the ones where both teams are going for the win. They're both kind of thinking they've got a chance of winning, and they might play
Yeah.
with 2 strikers up front or something like that, as opposed to being a defensive kind of team news and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, looking at recent history between the 2 clubs as well, I find can be quite a good angle, sort of like head-to-head results, and just seeing if there's often a lot of goals between the 2 teams or not.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. So if anyone's looking to get Joe's daily football tips for over 1.5 goals scored in the game, check the link in the description. Joe, on a daily basis, as long as there's enough games, will choose all the correct scores, both teams to score kind of tips, as well as over 1.5 goals scored in a game.